Hey everyone, welcome to the Expat Brat Podcast show, blah blah blah, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a great day because I am. I had the most incredible experience this morning. I went for a walk, and this guy driving just did the most stupid thing and most dangerous thing I've ever seen someone do. I was at a crossing, and I saw a few cars like about to go, so I stopped waiting, expecting them to just rush off because we're in a big city. Everybody's a mover and shaker, and it's early morning, and everybody need to be where they need to be, right? Everybody's important. And I was busy looking at my Apple Watch because I was like, I might as well use this time to check how much I've walked and blah blah blah. And I realized this guy had stopped for me, and I was like, that's crazy because there are like 4 or 5 cars behind him, and he waited even though he saw me waiting, looking at my watch, until I realized, and I had to trot across real quick out of embarrassment just because he was so nice to me. And here's the other thing, like, no one honked. I'm just in shock, guys. I was totally like blown away by what just happened. And I wish all of those people a blessed day ahead. And I hope prayers really work because I really want to wish them a blessed day for what they all did this morning. Incredible. That guy, brave as hell. Although I was a little annoyed because of the embarrassment, I had to kind of do this funny trot across, like, oh, thank you. Where you like look at the car and you're kind of nodding like thank you very much, and kind of rushing through, and my knees are still recovering, so I can't just trot into a run real quick. So it was a very awkward thing. I think the guy looking at me must have gone, oh, I stopped for this, like this guy. But whoever you are, thank you very much. That was incredible. I'm telling you guys, that was incredible. And I'm always amazed when people are just nice, Hey, maybe I come across a bit cynical by saying that, but it's still, I have lower expectations of humanity. I mean, come on, look at us. Look at where we are now. Like, here's what I'm looking at these days is the NFT thing, and I'm trying to be neutral about this, yeah? All right, so here's my take on it. I'm gonna save you some time. If you're here because you're expecting some advice and for someone to go invest in it now, then there are enough people out there saying it. My take on it, on that particular note, I'll save you some time by saying, I think if you're in it to get rich, you're too late. Okay? Like a quick buck and stuff, it's too late because too many people have got into it. There's a bubble. Your chances of hitting that thing that will be bought over by some celebrity or multinational company like Nike and all these guys doing it, they're slimmer. They're so slim. You might as well play the lottery. That's what I think. I think you're gambling at this point, and you just play lottery. Okay, so I'm just saving time for anyone who is like, no, Salman, tell me the secret. Where do I buy? Where do I make the next $1 million? Because if I knew that, if all these people podcasting or on YouTube we're telling you, we all knew, then why the hell would we be spending time podcasting? I don't here's the cynic in me again, right? I would be spending my time, at least a lot of time, trying to help you get richer and get in on this thing that I have that's minting me money, and this whole feel of community and kumbaya. I do, god damn it, I do sound so cynical. But honestly, it's you gotta always ask yourself, why would all these people be doing it? And there are good people out there who might give some advice here and there, and maybe you do this or that, but not at the level we're at, man. So there are too many people. So like I said, if you want to gamble, if you think, go ahead still, but I doubt you're gonna get lucky like that way. Like, you'll still keep hearing stories about someone, I bought this and then it just shot off, and good for them. And like I said, you could get that lucky, but you could do that by like gambling as well, so there's no guarantee of anything with this stuff anymore. Too many people, too much bubble around it already. All right, so that, taking care of that thing, what's the deal with NFT? All right, so I'm no expert, and I don't think anyone is, because it's so new that most people are just kind of here's why I sometimes think something's a pyramid scheme, is when you start hearing everyone kind of saying the same thing and the same talking points. So you start going, someone's spread these talking points to people around and everyone's parroting it. And so you go, yeah, your point to convince me, it's all rote. You catch that, all right? So they're all just repeating something someone said on their videos and everything, and it amplifies, and people start believing it more and more. So it's the same marketing kind of thing. Get in on it before you don't have a chance, and look how much I made, or someone else made, and if you buy, then I buy. It's a pyramid scheme, guys. So that's the other problem with it now. I don't mean the technology itself. I mean the market around it, all right? Most things are some sort of pyramid scheme anyway, I guess, right? But this is way too much of a pyramid scheme at this point. So go in if you want, right? Like, I'm constantly just kind of going, do it if you want to. But here's so that this is what I mean when I say no one really understands. There's very few people who are who are probably in this industry or know the know-how of it. Everybody else is doing that superficial bit. Okay. Having said that, here's my take on it. Here's my understanding of it. It's jpegs with a password. I'm simplifying this so that no one else can own your JPEG at all, right? That's what it is. It's coded pictures, all right? And the thing everyone kind of keeps telling me is that, and I'm not against it, it's new technology. Who knows? Let me give you a little disclaimer. Blockbuster didn't buy Netflix. You hear stories like that all the time. Companies that didn't adapt, people that didn't adapt. And I could be one of those. All right. So I could be just old fart going, nah, new technology, nah. and so you might not want to listen to me. I don't know. All right. but so I don't know how good and how this technology will actually apply. But that's, it's not exactly that. I'm really simplifying it, but that's what it is. But and here's the problem with it. You kind of go, yeah, you got the password. No one else can own the JPEG. You do JPEGs. But it's not regulated. So how do I know someone else doesn't create another one somehow? Or I don't know. There's a lot of cheating going on as well from what I hear. You can just take anyone's art and upload it on yours. Once you've done it, it's yours, right? So it's unregulated that way too. It's a little bit of a Wild Wild West kind of thing. Maybe I might be wrong about it, but that's my understanding of it. So that's what it is. And then people go, yeah, but we're setting ourselves up for the metaverse. You know what that means? Most people in the future will be living online, virtually. All right? And you call me a cynic. So I've spoken to a few people who believe in that, and they go, it's because we're not listening, the world's going to become harder to live in, and people will just live in smaller spaces, so they'll prefer living in their nice virtual world. And I'm like, that's a plot for Matrix in some ways, but okay. And so by investing in this, you're making your virtual world better. And I just don't buy it, man. I don't think humanity will do it, because what will happen? Well, you'll stop reproducing because you're kind of virtually online. So you die at some point, and all the people who chose to live virtually will die off, unless you go out and live as human beings and balance it out. And some people have pointed out, but look at the kids; they're always on the iPad and playing video games and whatnot. Yeah, I get it, but I did too. I lived in my imagination, but reality hits. You got to pay rent. You got to go out. You want to meet people. There's nothing like human touch, I think, and people will forget that. I'm not sure. I don't know. There'll be some kind of craving. The virtual world people might be empty at some level. I don't think it's going to go that way. But again, like I said, what do I know, man? I'm an old fart. we might we're not doing anything about the climate crisis, so I don't know. I don't know about this. But to decorate your house, NFTs, so I guess you'd invest in NFT, so when everyone goes virtual, you'd be like, hey, I got this original what is that, Bored Ape painting in my virtual wall, and show it off to other people or appreciate it, if that's what you think you're actually doing. Yeah, that's what it would be, right? Right? Like, so the bet is, will people, I think at the end of the day, will people actually just start living virtually? And right now, I'm kind of leaning on no. We'll find a way back to being people who require real touch and being with people. I mean, just look at how much people have hated being online on Zoom and working that way. There's so many people who are like, I want to get back to the office. Can you believe that? Or I want to just go out and see people. There's an uptake on the number of people coming into the stand-up shows that we're doing here in Dubai right now. And I think part of that is because you're like, man, I'm so sick. I want to be in a live. I want to experience that again. So I think people will always rebound to some balance of that. All right. So hence, I don't know how this NFT thing works out then. You know, there will be some people, I guess. There might be still a market. Yeah. And who knows? Who knows? That's the gist of NFT technology as far as I'm concerned. And then obviously everything links to it, because then I guess you'd need crypto to buy and sell it and whatnot, and live and sell and buy everything online. But here's one thing I'll add to that. All right. So that's a very basic. I know anyone who really understands NFTs like hating my explanation right now, because I made it very basic. But that's the gist of what I get of it. All right. If you do your own research, you'll find out more. Maybe you think, okay, go down that rabbit hole if you want. All right. I've tried a little bit. I've like kind of peeked into it. I leaned over and I peeked into the hole, and this is what I got. All right. I kind of dangled in. I had someone hold my feet, and I went just a little bit in to experience it, and then they pulled me out. So that's my experience of it. All right. So if you want to jump in and really feel it, go ahead. Tell me, change my mind, you know, or don't just make money off it and then turn to me and go, what's up? You suck, you poor person. Ha ha. I don't know. Do that. But here's the thing. I still think you can make some money off crypto maybe, but not NFTs, not so much. But even if you did go, here's my advice. All right. You got to take away the emotion from it. Okay. This is layman advice for you. Take away the emotion. Look at your account and go, what amount of money is money that if I lost completely, it wouldn't make me want to jump off a building. All right. Like, what's that amount? What's the amount? Or if you want to take a little bit more risk, what's the amount that I won't need for a year? All right, 1 year. And you take that amount, either one, depending on your risk level, and you put that in, okay? You wait for the next dip when everyone's like, oh shit, it's crashing, and then you buy, all right? So it's a patient game, I'm telling you. You put in that money, and within 6 months to a year, it'll rebound for sure right now, because the market is volatile, young, and people are still getting into it. And then sell it at a profit. That's it. That's the safest way I can tell you to make money off it and still be involved. But like I said, you got to take the emotion out. So no wavering, no going, oh my God, it's falling even further. You're in. You got to go this, don't touch it. Don't look at it. Just keep an alert on. And you can set that up on these apps. Set up an alert to go, when it hits this point, sell. All right. Don't be greedy. And or have a higher goal if you want. I want it once it hits 20% increase or 50% increase, whatever it is. Do it, and then have that money and be satisfied with it and get the hell out of that market. Okay, so just make that one-time big play if you want. With money, you can afford to lose. All right. Investment advice from someone who's done a lot of bad investments throughout their life and lost a lot of money investing money. Cool. So I can tell you what not to do. I've learned from a lot of expensive mistakes. So I think I got it finally. All right. That's my take on NFTs and everything behind it. There's so much more, but dude, that's like the basic thing and all that you need to know, I think. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off and become an NFT expert and proclaim that and call myself a guru, because I know, there's no certification for it, right? And build a following on that and make a lot of money, because you know what? In general, humanity is kind of like falling apart anyway. So I might as well cash in, right? Like, have you noticed how that happens? Like, people, like, I'm warning people right now, and there are people like looking at it and warning us about like bubbles and shit. But you just see people in like one car just heading towards the cliff, and no one like is listening. So they keep going, and you're like, no, stop the car. But they're just, you're watching this car, and it falls off the cliff, and most of the people in it, they're dead, right? But then there's some that survive because they landed on top of those other bodies and kind of got away with a few bruises. And here's the funny thing. Some of them will rise up and still not learn their lesson and get into another car and just be fighting within it until it goes crashing again. While some of them will be like, oh my God, I got to tell people about this. This is terrible. And they'll look at other cars and try to stop those cars. But, the same thing keeps happening. And then the people who survived will get into one more car and they'll start fighting about how to stop people from falling off a cliff. And that car will go down too. So it's, guys, you get the picture, right? It's an endless mess. We just don't listen, and no one stops, and no one will. Humanity is funny that way. I love it. And yet somehow we've come this far. All right. So I'm going to leave you with hope that someday, somehow, we will all get through this and we'll become better. Because stats, when I listen to certain people, they say overall humanity is in a better place overall. So if we can get our shit together with with some of these major issues that we have, some of the stuff will always keep going, but the ones that might kill us, then hopefully it'll be cool. All right, I'm ending on a happy note because I started on a happy note because I had a great experience this morning. I hope and wish you a good week ahead too, guys. Gotta go. Like and subscribe and share this and leave a rating. It helps. And leave a tip on my Patreon thing financially. That helps me to keep this podcast going. So thank you very much. Take care, guys, and speak soon.